Hello, hello. I am live, and there's a lovely group of people here to see this announcement. Thank you so much for tuning in. Um, I've got this pulled up here, and I think this is why we're all here, right? Let me first off introduce myself to you guys. My name is Chris Kovalik. I go by Kako or Kakovalik on Discord. On Reddit, I am Stop the Vok. And I was one of the co founders of Wavedash Games. Hey guys. And my role initially was very hands off. So I was like an investor, a business guy, and my initial role was really just to help Matt and Jason get the backing that they needed to have the company start. And I think what was really interesting was that between the team, Matt and Jason, and then myself, I had a very different perspective than them. My background is not in games. I was a basically professional World of Warcraft player, like we all were when it first came out. And I still play Warcraft 3 pretty religiously whenever I have time, although I haven't had a chance to play it in a couple weeks preparing for this announcement. But I worked on Wall Street. I worked for Richard Branson at the Virgin companies for Virgin Management Americas, and I have investment and business experience. I actually invested in video games. I see some people shouting out their races and classes in chat. My main was a human warlock for the OP PvP factor in Burning Crusade. Anyway, I think that difference led to a how should the game be versus what is going to be marketable difference between the two of us or between the two sides there. And that kind of grew over time. And I saw that this potential, this vision that I bet on essentially never really got realized. And when Icons went under in October 2018, I was absolutely devastated, like all of you were. But then I also had the like, oh wait, I just put all my money into that thing, and now it's gone. And I tried to, I had a seat on the board. The way that works is you get to vote on things. And I tried to convince them to say, hey, let me basically do what I'm doing now. Let me keep running the company. I just need like a tiny amount of money, just a tiny amount. I won't even take a salary. I'll just pay a couple engineers, a couple VFX people, a couple SFX thing. We'll tune it up. We'll fix it. And they didn't give me that chance. And they said, no, we're just gonna sell it. So you guys had your run basically. And so what was covered in the article that was written here, if you haven't had a chance to read it, I haven't had a chance to read it. I just did the interview. I hear it's pretty good and informative, and I've heard that from ex-Wavedash people too. And I would encourage you to read it and kind of hear about what my thoughts were on Icons, what they could have done better, what they could have done worse. I'm also happy to kind of take questions now on this stream and answer questions here. One of the biggest problems that was not, two of the biggest problems that was not covered in the article was that the game was region locked. And the other one was that the input delay on particularly local play was an issue. And I don't think either of those things came up in the interview, but those are things that are actually going to be fixed in the Icons Legacy Edition. So with my intro out of the way, I want to actually thank a couple people for this announcement. And I want to share some behind the scenes stuff about what happened with this announcement. And then after I do that, I actually want to open up the game and show you guys what it looks like. And so you guys can see right now what the Icons Legacy Edition is going to look like, roughly, in-game. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to share with you guys tentatively. This is not a public, I mean, it's literally a public announcement, but I will share a tentative date that we are working towards. It's very close, and I will share that at the end, and it might slip. And I would count on it slipping, but the fact that it's pretty close, I think, should give you guys comfort that it's coming soon, on top of the fact that I'm showing you the game. And right before that, time where I'm talking about the date, I'm going to be showing off. I'll be showing off a little treat, a little thank you to the Wavedash team, and I'll also be doing something that's never been done before for a video game on a live stream. So I'm excited about that. Anyway, that's the agenda. So let's start off with some behind-the-scenes stuff. Basically, the way this announcement was shaping up was I did a collaboration with a YouTuber named El Scorchy, and he made a YouTube video, so shout-outs to him. He made a YouTube video where he said why Smash clones don't do well. And no, we're not doing a Stadia launch. Stadia just announced that they can review, they know what you're going to do, and Dog knew what I was going to do, so I think he's part of the Stadia mastermind. So we did this El Scorchy crossover, and then a contributor to Dual Shockers reached out to El Scorchy and said, hey, can you connect me to Chris, because I would like to do an arcade. I just read chat. Apple Arcade. No, I would like to do an interview with Chris talking about Icons, because it's the 1 year anniversary. And I was like, oh shit, it's the 1 year anniversary. Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I mean, I absolutely got to do this interview, right? And one of the questions, then he sent me a list of questions, and I was looking at them, and I'll show you kind of how it was formatted. He gave me like, here's his question, and then I typed out an answer, and then he asked me a question, and I typed out an answer, question, answer, question, answer. And he said that the article was going to be like that format. You know, it said Dual Shockers DS : and then his question, and then CK answer, or Kako answer. And so I said, okay, you know, great. And then I saw there's a question about the Definitive Edition. And I'll be honest with you guys. I think honesty is the most, the best virtue. It's one of the virtues of our company, Vortex. And at that point in time that we were working on the article, I was not planning on releasing the DE at all. And there are reasons for that. And the biggest reason is that it's going to put a lot of pressure on myself and my really small team working on Vortex to maintain it, you know? And I think that at that point, we actually had a 90-minute stream under NDA with our Discord where we talked all the pros and cons, and we ended up saying, you know what? It's probably for the best that we don't release this thing. And then to give credit where credit's due, one of the ex-Wavedash team members, his name's Matt Siegel or Vontre, he's the real hero here, honestly. He read the article and he said, with my answer basically saying, hey, by the way, the article also did not announce that I bought the company. It was just a retrospective on what happened with Icons. It didn't talk about anything that was coming next. And Vontre said, look, I'm looking at your answers here, and you're saying that the game sold to the highest bidder, which is us, and you're saying the DE is not coming out, and it's really bothering me. And it was now not quoting him anymore, it was always a very uncomfortable decision. And we felt like it was a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of a situation, where we release the game and people might be frustrated at us for not maintaining it, even though we're already continuing development already on the same game, just under a different name. And so Ventre and I had a long conversation, and we decided, okay, you know what? This is literally last Friday. We are going to release the DE. And he really pushed me. He said, Chris, like, I honestly don't want to work on this if you're not going to release it, because I feel like it's disrespectful to the old team. And that was what turned me around, because I don't want to be disrespectful. At the time, we had plans to accommodate the people who bought Founders Packs, character packs. We had a plan to accommodate them already, but this just fits a lot better. It ended up becoming, I think, the right decision. And so that's why it says in the article that this was the right call. Now, the funny thing was, it still had this bit where I didn't explain that I actually bought the company. And so there was this really kind of awkward passage where it said, like, oh, you know, somebody bought it and the buyer is going to announce it, and he's letting me tell you that it's coming. And when I sent that draft around, another special thank you to Matthew Fairchild, a name you guys all recognize, former CEO of Wavedash. He took one look at that and said, Chris, like, you know, I've been in the community management gig a lot longer than you have. This could be taken as a deceptive thing, that you're not saying that that's you. And alarm bells went off right away, and I was like, oh my God, I already gave the reporter my answers. And I literally went on Twitter and told the reporter, don't publish anything, don't write anything, I need to edit everything again. And then that's basically where we got the answer that we have now. And that was literally 2 days ago. And so when I made the change to say that it was me, I then changed it from saying, hey, I heard that the definitive edition's coming, to the definitive edition's coming. I said so. It is coming. And that's where we are. And I think I wanted to tell this story with you guys because I wanted to give you guys an insight into how chaotic the game development process is, how iterative it is, and why a lot of game studios don't say what they're going to do because they literally don't know until pretty much the day before they say it, you know? And so I wanted to lead with transparency here, and I'm actually, when I talked about the thing that's never been done before, that's also in the vein of transparency. So I saw a couple questions in here, and I mentioned at the beginning, actually, that the two biggest things that were not mentioned in the article about input delay on local play, that has been resolved in the Icons Legacy Edition, and the other issue was that it's region locked and that only America could play the game. Of course, people would use VPN IP spoofing to play from China or Brazil or wherever, and that was kind of deteriorating the online experience. But at least now we can do it peer-to-peer, and it will be anyone can play anywhere. And I think that when people do that, we have a custom lobby feature. So when people make lobbies, I'll show you how it works. People should probably type in their region in there just so that nobody tries to connect to a region that wouldn't be suitable for the game. I'm planning to answer every single question I get here, and I'm happy to talk about Project M later. We do not have ping-based matchmaking. We do not have ping-based matchmaking, unfortunately. So those are the two big thank yous. Of course, there are many people in our Discord who also contributed to the announcement yesterday. Members like Loyal, Matt Wegner, who goes by Goofed, People like Matt, who I mentioned, who helped with the article being redrafted pretty radically. But I can talk about everything. So let's look at the article. Actually, I'll go to the reporter thing because the first thing that was asked, actually, he asked this question. He said, as a co-founder of Wavedash, what caused the team to move on from Project M to a Smash-like game to be officially sold on a digital storefront? And I said, I'm just going to read my answer here. This is an opportunity to correct a big misconception. There was zero overlap between the leadership of Project M with Wavedash. The founders of Wavedash played Project M and knew some developers personally, but they were not affiliated at all. Project M was shut down due to an unconfirmed legal threat from Nintendo. Wavedash was literally as surprised and shocked and upset about the news as everybody else, and really trying to make the best out of a bad situation. We handpicked a few Project M people to join forces with us. And the developers who were chosen, were, part of, I guess, the Jedi Council of Project M. Like, they're the senior leadership, but it's kind of it's a trending term now, decentralized organization. So they just had this kind of committee that would rule on things. And we had a couple of them join our team, but it wasn't really about that. It was just about the previous relationships that they had with us. And I personally spent time with a lot of those guys around the time that they first joined, and it was really depressing because they were soul crushed. They spent their entire career working on this game, and now it was abandoned. And these are not the Project M guys are not people who could just pick up their things, go, okay, Project M shut down, I'm gonna go work for Ubisoft now. They were basically hobbyists in the eyes of the video game community, professional community, and they couldn't get a gig if their lives depended on it. Unfortunately, in gaming, it's so hard to break into that space, and the fact that they are modders only goes so far. And fortunately, that's changing. But we're talking about 4 years ago now, basically, and for us, inviting them into Wavedash was an opportunity to give them real credentials in a real game studio. And I'm personally, for all of the vitriol and everything, I'm really glad we brought them on board because they've since gotten real gigs in the gaming industry because they have, they had experience with Wavedash and they had experience with a 30-person team. I'm not going to take a lot of questions on Vortex right now because the focus of at least the beginning part of the stream is going to be icons in the Legacy Edition. But a quick thing is that Vortex is essentially the company that I formed to buy Wavedash. And so it's a new game studio called Vortex, and we're continuing development of icons, and the continued development of icons is called Vortex Rising. Because we're continuing the development, all of the characters are the same, all of the levels are the same, but the gameplay is totally different, the netcode is different, the game's objectives and designs are different, the game modes are different. I'm probably repeating myself, but it's different, and it's going to continue to develop with a really small team. And like I said, this is what I wanted to do back when it first shut down. I said, let me just give me a little bit of money and a small team, and I'll just keep working on this thing. So I see a question about GGPO in chat. Thanks, Face Sizzle. The thing about GGPO is debatably, it's debatably on par with what we have in Icons, Legacy Edition, and Vortex Rising. I would personally argue that what we have is better. However, even if I'm wrong and it is better, we don't have the time, bandwidth, or energy to rewire the whole thing. And it wouldn't. Yeah, we have our own rollback netcode. So we do have our own. We basically have our own GGPO. It's just not GGPO. It's our own self-created GGPO. we had a fancy name for it. It was like DLR, deterministic lockstep rollback. So I would say DLR, quote unquote, greater than question mark GGPO. I don't know. Movesets. I'll show you guys movesets. I'll show it to you. So I'd rather show you than not tell. But that's the bit about Project M, guys. Last Gogeta. This is a little bit segueing to Vortex Rising, but I don't want to answer any more questions about that for now. But because it's related to GGPO, I will talk about that. Part of the reason that we're able to do what kind of unique experiences we're trying to offer with Vortex Rising is because of the netcode that Icon's built. So, yeah. McFatty asks, would you consider putting the DE up as an open source project? I have considered it. I have already considered it. I would love to do it, but it's a resource constraint capacity issue. And it is not something that we can do in the near term. And what I mean by open source and why it's a capacity issue is because it's still substantially the same core base code as our other game. We don't want to just make it full open source, but the closest thing is like opening it up to the workshop and things like that. And as you guys know, if you follow Rivals of Aether, I think Dan Farnace's done an amazing job with that. That took a lot of time to set up, and it's not going to be possible for us to do. So I just want to kind of close the door on that right now, absent like some kind of freak miracle. It's not going to happen in that way, but I wish we could. Let me pull up our Legacy Edition coming soon article. So I would encourage you all to check out this article. I'm literally going to throw it into chat here. This has an FAQ about it, and I'm going to walk through it right now and what it is and what's going on, what it is, what it isn't, etc., etc. So, as I mentioned, I acquired Wavedash. Our ambition is to continue development under a new name and a new kind of vision, a new direction for what the game can be. But as part of our heritage at Wavedash, we have to recognize an important promise was made, and that's a definitive version that will live on for the community. And so that's what the Legacy Edition will be. It's going to be a snapshot of Icons as we all remember it while we push forward under Vortex Rising. I would love to redesign the logo for the Definitive Edition. I'll transparency again. I was probably just going to change the color from orange to like purple or something. But if you guys want to, we can like do a workshop session in the Icons Discord to design a logo that we think is appropriate and does the game justice. And I can put that into the game and everything. So yeah, I mean I just did that. So let's I'm gonna put a note here. Let's try to do that. Join the Icons Discord. I'll get a link for that right now. The link's going to expire in 1 day, so here you go. Click it, join the Icons Discord, and tomorrow we'll do some iteration on the logo together, and then we can make it... I'm so ADHD with these questions. They just like mid-sentence, I just start responding. Is the Definitive Edition or Legacy Edition? It's called Legacy Edition. It is the definitive version. The quote was definitive version, and so everyone called it Definitive Edition, but we're calling it Legacy Edition. I think it sounds better, and it's not definitive because we're going to keep working on it, right? So it's Legacy. It's a snapshot. It's WoW Classic. It's the Legacy version of the game, the one to be remembered that people will have. All right, so why are we re-releasing it? I don't think we need to talk about this, but it's a promise to the players. It's a promise to the team, and this is absolutely the right thing to do. What does it look like? So the Legacy Edition includes all 7 previously released characters, Afi and Galu, Ashani, Kid, Raymer, Zana, Weishan, Zurong, as well as a never-before-played character, Ezzy. Shout out to Alpharad, who, thank you very much, basically put together that video on Ezzy for us in the days before we shut down. And that was really a last-ditch effort to try to get a surge of player interest in the game. When the ship's sinking and it's sinking, you do everything you can to get help. And Alpharad was one of the homies who said he could try to help us. And it's unfortunate that it didn't work, but we'll always remember the fact that he did that for us to try to help us out. So thank you, Alpharad, for that. Everything that was in a loot box is gone, and it's just included. And so I'll show you what those are. What has been done to update the Icons Legacy Edition? This is one of the most important questions, so please pay attention, guys. This is based on a branch of code written in October 2018. So the fact that you're hearing about it in October 2019 does not mean that this has had a year of work that went into it. This is a memorial and a tribute to what happened with what the Wavedash team wanted to release, if they could release it. This is a time-locked, frozen sealed Legacy Edition that's never meant to change, and it's based on how the Wavedash team intended for it to be released. And going back to why we're doing this, we do not want to disrespect them. They put their blood, sweat, and tears into this. As I mentioned, I have a treat for them later in the stream. So thank you to all of the Wavedash team for their dedication. And this is for them, and it's also for you guys, the players. We got an open source question already, Joe. So see if you can rewind or tune back in, or one of the chat members can respond. Can I play the Icons Legacy Edition in my country? Yes. It is based on peer-to-peer connections. This has 2 benefits. It makes our connections more stable and lower latency between players nearby, since we've cut out the server in between. And it also means you can play Icons Legacy Edition worldwide. Kyle Shields asked a great question, which I'll come back to. How much is it? Remember, Icons Legacy Edition is not intended to be released as a business decision. We're doing this not because it's something that we think is going to make us money, or that, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I even wanted to do. We're releasing it to fulfill a promise, and as a result, we want it to be free for anyone who bought a Founders Pack, a Pro Pack, or a character. So if you bought a character in Icons, or a Pro Pack, or a Founders Pack, you're getting it for free. And what you have to do for that is coming later. When is it coming out? I said as soon as possible, ideally no later than the end of October. And what do I do now? If you have a Steam receipt for buying your Founders Pack or character, check your Steam transaction history, click this link, it will get it, and then you will later send it to me. Do not send me a screenshot of this right now. The game's not live. I can't give you a code. You're wasting your time. You're wasting my time. Find it, save it, get it ready, and then literally I'm going to one by one go through these things and copy and paste a code to you after I verify that you actually bought this thing. If you want to buy it again to support, honestly, dude, that would be sincerely appreciated. As I mentioned right here, for everyone else who wants to give this a try, we are going to debate about how much to charge for this. And the thing I said that's never been done on a stream before is this. I'm going to ask you how much we should charge for the game. So you guys don't have any skin in the game. You're already getting it for free. How much do you think we should sell this game for? We're not going to answer that question now, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it later, okay? We're going to do it later. And the reason why we should sell it is, look, we're a super small team. We're trying to continue. Icons, and we honestly could use the funds. So if you want to donate, that's great. If you already have the receipt, thank you. That's appreciated, but you don't have to do that. You can literally, other people will hopefully buy this, right? So that's it. That's it for the Legacy Edition Q&A. Let me now show you guys. Uh-oh, my chat broke. Gotta pull it back up. I broke my chat somehow. The game. Yeah, I don't know if you guys could hear that, but I'm gonna turn it up for you. Just a smidge. All right. This is it, guys. If we do the logo, we redo the logo, we're gonna put the new logo up right up here. We're gonna put the logo up here. Don't worry about the pricing stuff, guys. We're gonna work on that together in a minute, okay? So I have it on Marvelous settings. I don't have it on full screen, so I can see the chat. I'm gonna put on performance here just because I want to tempt fate here. Shield, strike, specials. I play keyboard. I'm playing keyboard. That's how I'm playing on Vortex Rising. And let's go into the skins because I know this is the fun stuff, right? So we've got, I think all of these were in the game. These are victory poses. We've got emotes, which can definitely be used in local play. I'm not 100% sure if they work online with peer-to-peer. I don't know about that. I should have. That's on me for not knowing that. If you can do emotes on peer-to-peer. I'm sorry, guys. And then we got all these platforms. I'll go through the platforms later. So let's do a Shani. We got, we got different colors. Don't need to see the common ones. This is where we start to get the ones that I like. You got Elite. Solar Search, I think looks awesome. Skyline, another cool one. Seafloor, my favorite. Radiation. Defender. Champion. Scout, these are like Power Ranger themed, I guess. Avenger. Battle Drone, Security Bot. Nothing, no, there's no levels. Kid. I think we had all of these in the game already. No one shines like me. 2 thumbs up. I don't think we added emotes, so I'll skip over those. I think you guys are most excited about the new skins. So I'll just show you guys the legendary skins, which you'll be getting. The top tier skins that you guys will be getting included in this package. If you can guess the IP that this is referencing, you can put it in chat. This is a new never before skin. The Ghoul is a Halloween themed skin for Zana. Her glove is like cast iron and glowing. It's hard to see from this angle. We've also got Workout Zana. And then we've got the legendary skins that were in the game, plus these rare ones up here. Again, all of this is included in the game. Don't get grabbed. I love that emote. I love that emote. That's a cool taunt. For Raymer, we got, let's start with the rare ones. Greaser, Hot Rod, Dropkick, Rancid, which looks crazy. No, wait, which one? This one, Misfit. This one looks crazy. And then we got Outlaw, Duelist, Werewolf, and Lycan. I think I'm saying that right. We got a werewolf form for Halloween. I think that's pretty cool. And the guys The guys worked on this, you know? Deadly Lotus, Rushing Rapids, Silent Forest, Hidden Ember, Shifting Shadows, Phoenix, Raven. This is another Halloween one. Vampire Zurong. And I gotta show this. This is my favorite taunt. This is the one I would spam constantly. And I never noticed this, but she's literally like got the most evil face I've ever seen in this taunt. I never noticed that until I was literally going through the emotes. And it's so cool. I didn't realize we got that level of detail. For Afi and Galu, we got Harmony, Horizon, Mystic, Tranquility, Equilibrium, Binary, Network, and we got 2 Halloween ones for them. Pumpkin Flower and Corpse Flower, which I think looks sick. And then these ones, which are just, I think these are the coolest uncommon class skins we have in the game. Yeah, no, of course I was gonna do this. These are the coolest ones in the game, easily, for uncommon. Oh, he dances. I don't remember that.
Cute. Hello. Ouch.
No oops.
The people, they cheer for me.
Wei Shan. Dragon stance. Oh, victory poses. I don't think we have a Halloween thing. Oh, fun fact. This is the Wei Shan skin that's the basis of the like concept art for Vortex. We did the Zana ones. Sorry, man. You just missed it. Yeah, he doesn't I mean, this is basically already Halloween themed, right? All right. Hey, no one's ever seen this girl before, huh? That's a pretty cool skin. I like that one too. Green. This is my favorite one. And then we got different colors of that one. Oh, wow, that was super green. NDA is up. Well, there's some stuff in Wavedash that if I haven't talked about it, it's still not public. There's some stuff in Wavedash that was explored that that still hasn't been made public, and those things like new characters, game modes, etc., are still under the NDA. I like this one too. And then the legendary tier, these ones are pretty sick. And again, all of this is included. Every single one of these skins is included in the Legacy Edition. So that's all the characters, collectibles, aka loot box filler, but you guys can I think I just broke the game clicking on this thing because there's so many of them. Uh-oh. Here we go. Look at this. I have every single one of these things. Some of these are really cool, honestly. Some of these are really cool. But, yeah. Red Goat. I'll show you Red Goat. Where is he? Right there. Smoke. He's my favorite goat. Oh wait, the Red Goat charm? This Red Goat? I don't know the red goat. This red goat? Oh, red goat, the energy drink. Yeah, where is that? I mean, look at all this stuff, guys. This is 3D. Look at all of the work that went into this stuff. It's really amazing. All of these things are like 3D. This looks like a plumbus. You guys know what plumbus is? People go like, where did all of the money go? Like, it went into these. Everything's 3D. All of these things are 3D. We made a 3D Nimbeast. Oh my god. We are madmen. I don't know where the red goat is. If I skimmed it, I probably did, but I didn't see it. Stream's kind of yikes. What did I do? People asked to dig up the red goat thing. Anyway, let's do some gameplay. Before we do that, though, I do want to, again, thank the Wavedash team and let the credits roll one time from top to bottom before we play. Because, you know, this is really thanks to their hard work that this project gets to go on. And while, you know, I'm the guy who's helping bring this thing to light and keep it going, like, these are the guys who put in their blood, sweat, and tears into this game, work 24/7, particularly Jason Rice and Matt Fairchild, you know, my fellow co-founders. There you go, guys. Thank you, Wavedash staff. Thank you. So, with that, let's play a game. Check this out. So I've got some lobbies here. I probably should have specified what they're allowed to say in the lobby names, but you can create a custom lobby with whatever name you want, and you can make it, you know, password protected or friends only. I guess you can't do passwords. And so, you know, if you're playing online, maybe you want to do USW, US East, or wherever, just so that people can see. So, in spirit of transparency again, I'm gonna get bodied. I'll play one game against each of these guys. I'm gonna get bodied 3 times in a row, and then we'll go from there. All right, Handoran, wherever you are, let's start this thing. I really enjoy Zana, so I'll start off strong to remember my how to play on this build. But yeah, we're using Maya. I saw a question about the artists. Valnashir needs to be last because that's just going to be embarrassing to watch, guys. Honestly, Valnashir is probably the best player in our game right now. And these guys who we're playing with are part of the Vortex Rising beta testers. And they've been, I think these guys in particular have been, you know, with us for a couple months already. You want to see Val now? Dude, Val is going to smoke me. Daiku, stay. What I recommend is that you go to the Vortex Rising page and you sign up and you can get access. The way that we're doing invites right now are in batches of 100 people. And we have a community playtest Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And we're going there. So I'm just gonna run around a little bit, show you guys the moves, for neutral air, for forward air. Everyone loves the lariat, right? So you got the spinning lawnmower of death slowly approaching you. And I am playing on keyboard, yep. I'm a keyboard warrior. I'm a nutcase. Oh shit, he's actually playing me now. We are already accepting applications. I'm literally going to have to focus on this now. Oh no. Hey Handoran, where are you based, by the way? We should share that too, so people can see like, hey, this is like a reasonable connection. Wait, is Joker a Raymer ripoff? I know about Incineroar and Zana. I didn't think Joker's in a Raymer ripoff. He says Boston. Yeah, there's some frames that are dropping. And some of this stuff is why we're not releasing it today. There's some optimizations, some compiling issues. Like we've you know, this is the code base from October 2018 here. So there's some stuff that we have to do to this still to get it to be working perfectly fine. All right, I gotta throw out the big guns now. Oh shit, I missed. All right. Ooh. Got a back air. I'm also like, I'm Johnsing, but the Arzana is a little bit different. Lag. Will Legacy Edition get any balance changes, bug fixes later on? Look, the point of this is to be a, thanks for the game, Handoran, GG, dude. A tribute to the Wavedash team. And we want this to be exactly the way that it was left. And so, absent game-breaking bugs, we're not making any changes. We're not making any changes. So, if there's something really broken with the game, then we'll fix it. If there's not, then we're leaving it how it is. And then in terms of, where's it? Legacy Edition is the final patch of icons, but it also isn't. Like, that's part of why it's not called the Definitive Edition, right? Development's essentially continuing on the product with Vortex Rising. But again, it's under a new name, and that was appropriate because it's a new team, it's a new company, it's a new vision for what we want the game to be. I will play Ezzy and Shadowbriar. We'll do that on the last... I think Val this year is going to play Ezzy for me. I do not have to play Ezzy. So as Israel, as Crow says, well, yes, but technically no. Vortex Rising is basically icons continued, but it's pushing the game in a different direction.
3, 2, 1, go.
So here's a new move, guys. We got a Raymer grenade. I don't know if you guys have seen that before. And what you can do is bounce a bullet off of it. So I literally can do that. So this is Terminus. People have mixed opinions about it, but I think it's great. It's a Final Destination alternative. No platforms on it. I think it's a lot of fun, and it's great for Raymer, which means I'm probably going to get bodied now. And Peter Fox showing off some advanced Zurong tech there with the Super Zoo Dash. He's also showing off why, he said I have to play Zoo to show off how broken she is. Oh man. Oh man. Mr. LN, it's not just about noticing bugs, right? So like game development is a lot about feel. It's about finding fun, and it's about, taking risks and experimenting. And so a lot of the times, from one patch, he almost zeroed to death me there. A lot of times, it's just about being open and being like, hey, I think this is fun, or hey, I don't think this is fun, or, whatever. So you don't have to be a, guys, you're not going to see any next level Raymer plays from me other than the Raymer bounce. Oh no, frame drops. Yeah, the ricochet off of it is really hype. I'm really, really excited for that. Oh, okay, well. I think the camera is more dynamic. That seems right. Hold on, I gotta click on here. All right, try hard mode. Try hard mode activated, which means I'm just gonna get bodied even harder. Please let me down, Peter. This is not fair. All right, I'm just gonna. You win.
Player 1.
You win. You win. Let's do another one really quick, Peter Fox. I want you to do some zoo dashes really quick, just for fun. Do a couple zoo dashes. Malu Malu's fine. So basically, I saw a question about full screen mode. So one of the things that we're looking into right now is that the game has if you make a game in dedicated full screen mode versus a full screen borderless mode, it will have a little bit of an input advantage, about 30 ms. And that's something we're looking into, if it's possible for us to make that change. It might not be, to be honest, but we're looking into it. So please, understand that if we can't, we're literally trying to do the best with what we can. Daiku, stay. I am really pleased that you're really enthusiastic about Vortex Rising. I've got more for you, so don't worry. We're inviting about 100 people 300 people per week. And the line, last time I checked, is about 300 people long. So worst case scenario, you'll be in by this time next week. All right, the pressure's on for Peter Fox to get some zoo dashes in, and he's not doing them. Pressure's getting to him. Yeah, and there's a VSync input issue too. You've got a minute. You got a minute of airtime. Come on, Peter. I believe in you. Do it, Peter. Do it, Peter. Oh. Come on, Peter. Do it for the stream, Peter. He did it on the first time he tried. He did it on the first time he tried on the last. That's close. He's literally, what's gonna happen, guys, is he's gonna teleport to the other edge of the stage. And I have no idea how this works, but you literally zoo dash after rolling into the corner, and then you will instantly teleport to the other side. I love you, Peter. I love you, Peter. Practice those zoo dashes, dude. Rip. All right, let's see some Ezzy. Valnashir, I hope you got Shadowbriar picked. Alright, I'm gonna go Wei Shan. Because this is gonna be the guy he's gonna body me with the most against. Andrew says, for people accepted into the beta, are you doing first come, first serve, or do the answers given in the Google form more? It's a little bit of both. It's mostly who's first, but depending on what you put in the answer, will help you for sure. There's only one question in the answer that will affect how well you get in, or how quickly. But at worst case scenario, if it helps you, it's gonna help you by like at most a week right now, but potentially could save you a couple weeks. Kids New Shine. Oh. Yeah. Can show Kids New Shine. So Shadowbriar is a new stage. This was the last stage that we released. Besides Terminus, this was the last stage we released kind of as part of the Halloween package. And it's super beautiful. It's super pretty. You've got this great tree in the background. And the platforms move in like a spiral. And so what Valnashir is showing off is the chargeable ability for Ezzy, which has 3 levels of charge. So if you shoot tier 1. I think it shoots a little vine thing that will go up. And if she loads it to level 2, it'll shoot a bunch of bats out. And if you level up to level 3, it's this big blast attack. And she can fly. So with side special, she can literally fly and go in any direction. What I love about Ezzy was that Ezzy and Wei Shan were icons at its best when they were willing to take risks with character design and do things that have never been done before in a platform fighter. And you know, I'm hoping to continue that spirit, basically. Yeah, I do think this stage is beautiful. Raymer got grenades, Apocalypse High. So yeah, let's go. I'm gonna get bodied here. Oh man. The hover is so dangerous. And one stock's gone. The one weakness Ezzy has when she's approaching and float is that you can grab her. But I'm not doing that well. Ezzy can jump cancel her float, I think. I'm actually not 100% sure about that. And that was her her Pikachu-like up special. So she can do like a zigzag in any direction she wants. Oh man, oh man. That's Ezzy. She's OP. Let's do another Ezzy one. It's not Ezzy. It's Valnashir. It's Valnashir. He's a monster. Val is literally the best guy in the game right now. Ulci, who won SmashCon, Valnashir would crush him right now. Call out to Ulci. But yeah, go again, Val. Let's do another one. Who should I play? Afi and Galu? Oh, Kid. Someone wanted the Kid shine. Oh, Hyper Flame won Super Smash Con. Just kidding. Well, still, Hyper Flame will get crushed by Valnashir. Both of them. Both of them are out. Rydal, are you on the Legacy branch? Did you make a lobby? Oh. Well, then I can't play your Afi and Galu, can I? New Kid is interesting. I am really bad at the New Kid because the Vortex Rising Kid is very different. Arrow says, if you think Ezzy's broken, just wait till you see Vortex. Oh, man. Yeah, Vortex is nutty. Alright, hey, wait, 1 second. I want to demonstrate the new shine, Val. I want to demonstrate the new shine. Let me demonstrate the new shine. No, I can't even do anything. I can't even shine. He's going too fast. Please. There we go. It's a Falco shine. Oh man. Why would he pause the stream? Does he need to concentrate that hard against me? Nice pillaring there. Ugh. Oh, he's gonna complain about hearing the game audio twice? Yeah, Edgy's got a lot of VFX. And I'm toast. And I'm so toast.
Player 1 wins.
Why no Gust? Because I'm stupid and forgot to use it. Literally, that's why. It's in the game. I'm just bad. Yeah, I did get an improvement. All right, guys. So that's the game. It's pretty much ready. We're just polishing it up, and it should be ready pretty soon. So the part that I guess you guys should all be excited about is we've got two more things left on the stream. One is we're going to talk about the price, and then we're going to talk about when we're aiming to get this thing out. So I feel like a little bit of like a TV show salesman. Like, I showed you all of the characters and all of the content in the game. Now, what do you think it's worth, right? So let's be a little bit more intellectually honest about this. So if I go to, let me turn this down a second, 1 minute. All right, turn it down. Switch to Chrome here. And we're gonna go to Steam Spy. And Steam Spy, like, we see the price. Brawlhalla is free. A lot of content and it's free. And you know, not a great comparison. I think one of the games that everyone talks about is the premier Smash clone, quote unquote, is Rivals of Aether. I'm a fan of this game. I think Dan Fernacci's super smart designer. When Icons was coming out with our characters, and then Rivals of Aether would announce, you know, their new frog character or Ori, I was just like, oh my god, their designs are so cool. And Rivals is $15. Okay, people say Rivals is a better game than ours, and so to me, I go, okay, we can't go higher than $15, right? We can't go higher than Rivals of Fornus. Rivals of Aether. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair. Slap City. How much is Slap City? Slap City's $10. And you know what? People love Slap City. People love Slap City. I don't think that it's fair. I don't think it's fair to say that we'll be higher than Slap City. To be honest. I'm looking at chat. Carker says, as much as I enjoy it, it isn't polished at all, and I would argue less work went into this than this one. $7 or $9, $9, 10 to 12, 5 to 10, 5 to 10. You had me at 15, $6.90. Still going with 10 to 15. $9 just to undersell Slap City. 10 to 15 sounds fair. $10 minimum. Kyle says, I don't know that comparing pricing between icons in these games, considering these games are live service games and icons is explicitly not going to be supported after we spend our money on it. I think that's a fair point. I think that's a really fair point. So everyone in chat is going $5 to $10, $9, $10 to $15. Pay what you want. That's not an option on Steam, I don't think. So I'm going to show you guys the actual pricing page on Steam. I think I'm allowed to do this, so hopefully I don't get in trouble for this. It would make sense that there are rules against showing this kind of page, but I'm just going to do it. So this is what the pricing page looks like. And you'll see here that I've got a default value of there in $5. That's what I was going to put. I was going to put this at $5. And so the reason why I wanted to put it at $5 was I didn't think that it was going to be, if people said that I put it at $9, then it's like, oh, I'm just going lower than Slap City just to go lower than $9. And I think $5 is the price. But I appreciate that you guys started out at 30, but like you guys are the passionate fans. You guys are here to watch this, and if you would buy it for 15 and you want to support it, then buy 3 copies. Snapcline says 5 is too low. Needs some funds to put towards Vortex Rising. Add an option to donate. All of this money is going to the development of Vortex, or the continued development of icons. So it is not, it's not going to go back into icons, the Legacy Edition, because the Legacy Edition is the Legacy Edition. Kevin says 5 feels like an undersell of everyone's effort. Here's the thing, Kevin. We're giving this away to everyone who bought the game. This is for the players and for the team. To have the game that's out there, for the players to have a game that they can play. And I think $4.99. I think $4.99 is a good price. We want to get this in people's hands. We want people to play it, right? And this isn't a business decision, right? This is doing the right thing. And this is and so I think we'll go with $5, okay, guys? So you guys right here, right now, have helped us decide the price for this game. I hope that you join the Icons Discord and put it, contribute to the Icons logo redo. And I'm really excited. There's 2 more. I'll do another Discord link here. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. They're not getting shortchanged on their work. The devs don't get any of this money anyway. Like, the company already got bought, right? So it's just going to me so that I can keep, and not me and I, but we at Vortex, we can use this money to keep developing Vortex, right? So we have two things left for the stream. One is announcing the date we're aiming for, and two is I'm blanking on it now. Uh-oh. I guess I won't show it to you. I don't remember what it was. And it's not in my notes either. Oh, so this stream was dedicated to Icons Legacy Edition, obviously. There were quite a few questions about Vortex Rising, and I would like to let you all know that I'll be doing another stream this Friday at the same time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And on that stream, I'll be talking a little bit more about Vortex Rising. I'll be talking about where the direction's going forward. And I might even show off some work we're doing on the characters. So visual work. So I'm excited about that. And I hope you guys tune into that. So on Friday, 6:30 p.m., same time, same place. We'll be right here on this channel, I believe. Yep. And we'll be talking about the new game a little bit. We will not be showing gameplay, though, so keep that in mind. Last but not least, well, one last thing is, look, I just want to be honest with you guys, right? One of the scariest things about being a developer, especially these days, is pissing off their community. And that's the last thing I want to do. You know, we're doing this for you guys, and I want you to know that at least evidenced by this stream, we're doing everything we can at Vortex to do right by you guys and to do what's best for the players. We're literally, showing our pricing page here. You guys were saying $10 to $15, and I was like, no, I think that's too high, honestly, guys. So if I ever make a mistake, I promise it's a mistake, right? It's just a mistake. I don't mean any harm. I don't mean to offend anybody. We're just trying to do our best here. So please be patient with us, particularly me, because I'm very green to game development. I'm very green to community management. So please keep that in mind. Are people with access already, such as me, allowed to stream Icons Legacy publicly now? I'm gonna pin that to at least Friday. All right, so we'll answer that question on Friday. Okay? But that's a really good question. I'm writing that down too. So on Friday's stream, we'll talk about icons, and we'll also talk about, this is going to be available globally. All right, guys. So now the unveiling. Let's see who in chat sees it first and types the date correctly first for when we're planning to ship this thing. I want to reiterate, this is not a set in stone date. This is the date that we're working towards in order to give you guys transparency for the process. But, okay, you can't guess before I pull it up, guys. You're not going to get it. But it might change, okay? All right, 3, 2, 1, boom. What's the date? Nobody who guessed got it right. October 17. Next Friday. Someone said 2 days. I was like, what? Did I put the date wrong? Oh, wait, is it Thursday? Whatever it is, that's when it is. Thursday. So hopefully we hit that date, guys. Friday, we will have an update. So this is not a tweetable date, in my opinion. I'm not tweeting this. I'm not saying it's coming out on the 17th. Saying that's what we're aiming for. Where does it say October 9th? This is not the date. That's the timestamp. Somebody's a clown. That's a timestamp from when the guy sent the message to me. Less than a minute ago at 3:20 p.m. So please, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm glad I got to show you guys the game. I'm glad I got to introduce myself to you guys. We'll be streaming 6:30 on Friday Eastern Time. We'll be talking about our process of getting the game shipped for the 17th. And we'll talk a little bit about Vortex Rising then too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me. And you guys were really awesome. Really, this positive enthusiasm from you guys is way better than we expected. Icons, unfortunately, has had some bad debuts in its time. So this means a lot, not just to me, I'm sure, but the whole team. So thank you guys, and I'm going to sign off now. So I will catch y'all online in the queue, hopefully on the 17th. Peace, guys.